What's up, folks? Dylan here from Fabrication Guy, and today I'm going to give you guys my review of my Makita 5007MGA. So I bought this saw about 4.5 months ago off of Amazon, and I've actually been really happy with it. I like it. I think it was a really good investment, and I'm glad I spent the extra 70-ish bucks getting the Makita top-end version versus some of the $100 like Ryobis and stuff that I was looking at Home Depot. I think this is a lot better saw, and I'm going to talk about some of the things that I think sets this saw apart from some of those cheaper brands out there. So first off, this is the saw here on Amazon. It's 170 bucks. I looked for a deal on this thing for quite a while, and I could not find one, so I ended up just buying it full price from Amazon. But 170 bucks. As you can see, 5 stars, 331 ratings. A lot of people really like this thing, and there was a lot of recommendations out there on Reddit when I was doing research from different woodworkers and framers. They said this was the saw to get, and I definitely took their advice, and I'm happy I did because I am very happy with it. So I'll leave this page in the video description if you guys want to reference this and take a look at the reviews and read all the info. I'll leave this Amazon link down below. Now, what are some of the things that kind of set this saw apart from the other brands like the Ryobi and stuff that I was looking at? Well, this saw in particular, magnesium frame, very lightweight. It says 10.6 pounds. I think the brochure said 10.4 if I'm correct, but very, very lightweight. So if you're doing any kind of framing work, this is a saw that's going to feel very light in your hand and very comfortable. I also, when I was in the store checking this thing out, I really like the grip on this saw. It just feels like the grip and the angle and the trigger are just in the perfect location, which I know sounds weird, but when you get your hands on it, sometimes a saw just feels natural to you, and this one, when I grabbed onto it, just felt natural. Another huge thing that I like about it, if you take a look at this picture here, as you can see, all the handles are oversized. They have like these nice rubber grips on them, very easy to use. This quick adjustment knob here for your angles is really convenient. Boom, you set it at the angle you want. You undo this lever here, boom, sets it, tighten it, you're good to go. Another thing that I like is the markings here on the front. When I was comparing this saw to the Milwaukee just had these markings stamped into the metal, and even in good light, they're kind of hard to see. But with the Makita, they do this kind of black contrast here, and it gives you a lot of contrast, easy to see in both high light and low light conditions. I like it a lot. It was one of the selling points for me for sure. Another thing that's nice is this dust collection port. It does a really good job of pushing the dust away from you, but most saws do that. But what's nice is they actually have a piece that you can buy from Makita where you can hook this up to a dust collection system. So if you're working in a little workshop and you have a dust collection system, you can hook it up and keep your workspace dust free. Really, really nice feature, and that's something I am going to be purchasing in the future because as I do more work inside my shop with wood, I'm starting to realize that dust collection is definitely worth the investment. The saw itself does have a light here by the blade, which is nice. It illuminates your cut line. Once again, low light conditions, you're wrapping up a project. It just saves you a little bit of time of setting up lights and stuff. Nice, convenient feature to have. And it also has, depending on where you are in the sun, sometimes you can get a shadow cast on you, so that kind of eliminates that, which is nice. It also has the blower in there to blow sawdust away from the blade. They said they purposely ported the saw to push air to that spot to keep it dust free, and I can definitely confirm that it does do that. So a couple of things that I'm not super crazy about with this saw. Number one being the case. The case is nice, has blade storage, has tons of different things inside of it. However, my main gripe is that you have to put the saw in its most compact position to get it back into the case. And that's not how I normally use the saw. So I have to undo all the adjustments, put it where it needs to be, lock them up, and then stick it back in the case. Once again, not a huge deal, but when you're pulling it in and out of the case quite often, which I do, it does kind of wear on you a little bit, so that's something to keep in mind. But the case itself is nice. Another thing I wasn't crazy about was the stock blade it came with, 24-tooth blade. It wasn't bad, but when I upgraded to a 40-tooth Diablo blade, which actually is what Amazon has right here, I can leave a link to that as well. But when I updated to that 40-tooth Diablo blade when I was doing my outdoor sofa build that I built, way, way better. I mean, it cut just as fast as that 24-tooth, and it cut smoother. Diablo makes some great blades, and I definitely recommend upgrading once you wear out the stock blade if you want to just get your money out of it. But that Diablo blade did feel a lot nicer. Other than that, I've had no other issues with this saw. Really, really happy with the performance of it and the overall feel and fit and finish. Everything about it is high quality. It's to my standards, and it's held up really well for the amount of abuse that I've already put it through. And I have to say, guys, I definitely think that it's worth 170 bucks. Looking at some of the cheaper saws, they just don't look as nice. And corded tools, to me, are something that's worth investing in. I have corded tools that are over 10 years old, over 15 years old. I have a router that looks like it's from the damn near 60s. and that thing still works perfectly, right? So corded tools are definitely something to invest in because they do last a really long time. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, just kind of giving my perspective on this thing. If you guys have any questions about it, feel free to post them in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer them. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Until then, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful, and we will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.